Okay, so Bob, thank you so much for joining Superior Media today.
Okay.
This project is a very special project that began out of a vision that a student came to you with. It's part of your
That's right. Yeah.
course. And can you share with me some of the techniques that would be involved in creating a design like this?
Some of the techniques that we use mainly is the light fabrication area where we initially designed the body. It's made out of 16 gauge material where we grabbed some tin. We actually formed the body style of a tin, what we wanted. We actually made two models. The first one didn't pan out the way we wanted it. So we kind of scrapped that one and then we redesigned it again and then able to fact because we have there's no blueprint at all. So basically it's just out of our head, how are we going to do it, how are we going to actually put it together, and then come up with a design, and then the welding technique was involved at the same time. Here we did the what we call the MIG welding process, gas metal arc welding, so the students had prior learning experience already from the program that we offer, and then we're able to do all the MIG welding application that we have. The wings is made out of tubing that we've got here, and then each individual piece is actually cut and then tacked together and then try kind of form of a webbing, because when you look at the Dragonfly you see all the lines going across through the wings itself, and we're trying to have the same image going across. And if you notice, the Dragonfly doesn't have the same pattern on the wings, so we're trying to change the pattern as we went along. And then we came up with one or two came up with an idea, well, why don't we put the arch hospice in the actual wing itself? So kind of, okay, well, so then we redesigned it again. Now we're able to put the arch and then the hospice in the actual bottom of the wings itself that we've got. And then we wanted to give like a skin effect. So we took a mesh screen, and then we kind of formed a mesh screen around it and spot welded it all over so it would stay into place, because we were concerned at the same time if it's outside or inside, we didn't want kids to come around and play and then cut themselves, so we had to be careful how we were going to put it together and all that, so to make it safe. And then we made the tail. Tail is made out of 3-inch Schedule 40 pipe, and we cut all the individual pipe, we beveled them, and we did a seam weld, and then we just rounded it flush to make it look like it's the wing, the tail actually can move in some direction that we had there. And then we came up, then we put the leg. The leg is made out of a 1/2-inch round iron. And then we kind of had a pattern, so what it looks like. So we went on, we Googled Dragonfly, we kind of blown it up and see how the legs are actually formed. And then we're able to bend the legs as close as possible to what it actually looks like, and then able to weld them on the actual body itself. Then we needed to create a stand. So we kind of said, okay, well, pretend it's going to be landing on a branch. So we took a piece of pipe and then we bent the pipe to the curvature that we were looking at. And then from there, well, we wanted to add some leaves, and then you can see we had bent some sheet metal against 16 gauge material, and then bent it in the center and kind of arched it out in each direction, showing that, it was part of the bottom of the tree or a branch that we had over here.
Wow.
And the eyes, the head is pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's
the head is actually 6-inch Schedule 80 pipe that we had spare. And then we kind of cut it and shaped it to give it that effect. And here we have some spare aluminum screen that we used on another job that we did before, and kind of formed it and bended it and inside, and it's all bolted together to make it look like, because when you look at a Dragonfly, it's got like 1,000 little eyes. So each little hole that we have, we want to represent that little surface that we had in there. And then we put a little beak at the end at the same time to show of the actual Dragonfly itself. So put it all together. We had quite a bit of fun. To get the right angle, we kind of tacked it and kind of moved back a little bit here and there to make sure that the wings would kind of lined up pretty good. And some people say, well, you should have had it on an angle, like, coming in. I said, well, you can have 1,000 ideas, but we decided to go that way, and then we thought, with the students, we thought that it was the best way to go.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was important that the students were driving it.
Because
Yeah.
basically, I wanted to make it a student project, and all we wanted to do, myself and Frank, Frank Bach, which is my other part-time instructor, okay, he helped with shaping of that over here with the students and all that, but let them decide what they wanted to do. So we were just like guides and helping them if they needed something. Well, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Then we'd be here giving them some pointers, and then they would go with it. So they, the two students that worked on it were really, really good. Devoted their own time on it at the same time. So I got to give my hats off to them for doing this particular project. Yeah.
And what are the students' names?
The one is Damien Farka.
Okay.
I'm talking not Darian
Okay.
Farka,
Okay.
and the other one is Macaulay B.
Okay, thank you.
The two students now, and they're both working now for a contractor in the studio.
Oh, that's
So they've got
remarkable.
jobs. They finished the course in August the 5th, and one was already working, and then we just went on vacation, a nice 3 weeks vacation from his grandpa, and started working today. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're pretty good. Graduated, both got jobs, and able to have a nice project like that, which was really, really nice.
Right.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the painting. How did you cut? What was the process for that?
The painting, we weren't too sure. We were kind of do it ourselves.
Yeah.
But then Frank Bach, our part-time instructor, knew Doug with Dog House and Custom Painting. He had done a helmet for him, and he said, well, let me talk to him, see if he'd be interested in doing the project. So Frank contacted him,
Okay.
and right away he jumped at it right off the bat. Says, yes, I'll do it for you guys, no problem.
Right,
So
right.
we ended up delivering it at his place, and then 2 weeks after, we received it all nice and painted up this way. But he wanted to sandblast it before
Okay.
we brought it over. So we brought it over to Alfonso's Body Shop over
Right.
on White Oak Drive.
Okay.
Not White Oak Drive, I'm sorry, on Drive-In Road. And he did all the sandblasting for us, no charge, volunteered all this time, says it was a good cause, because I explained to him what we were doing. And he said it was fantastic, no problem, we'll do it. And everybody was just jumped at it. Yeah,
And-
it was really amazing to see all the local people
Right.
helping out. Yeah.
And what exactly does the sandblasting do? Is
Well,
it-
the sandblasting is when you get steel, you have what we call a scale on
Okay.
the actual steel, and if you don't take that scale out and you paint it, within a year, the paint starts to peel off and rust. So what we do there is you're going to bring it down to nice clean material, to its bare material, and then when you give it a primer, the primer gets into the actual material and it lasts way longer. And then you've got our custom paint job that we've got over here, which is really, really nice. And then
It's iridescent, like a.
so this, and even if you leave it outside, it's just like your car. When you paint your car, it can last for
Okay.
years and years without, obviously, without somebody coming over and scratching it or something like that, where it would cause a rust spot in that area. But it should last for years and years.
Wow. And did you already tell me how many hours do you think were devoted to this overall?
I would probably say between the students, we've probably got I would say I'd say about 40 to 45 hours of labor. And I'm not too sure how much the painter, he spent on it. We can ask him.
Okay.
I'm sure he probably spent about 12, 15 hours just on the painting alone. The sandblasting, I'm probably looking at about an hour and a half of sandblasting. That would probably took him to do it. And then plus our delivery, we brought it over to the sandblast Alfonso.
Sure.
And we picked it up from there, brought it over to the painter. And then we picked it up, brought it back. So it's been here ever since. Yeah.
Wow. And so what is the anticipated day of unveiling?
We're not too sure yet. I have to call the people up and then find out when we can do it.
So it's a
And
big
then
surprise for
the
Art
sooner the
still.
better,
Yeah.
Because we're starting our classes now and I don't want it to get too dirty. So we're
Sure,
hoping within
yeah.
the next week or two, provided now we have to make contact with the two students because they're working full time. So now we want to get the group,
Oh,
as
yeah,
a group
yeah.
member, and then try to get everybody over there.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing this
You're
with us.
welcome. Yeah.
It's an absolutely remarkable endeavor, and it's a piece of art.
Well, we had people stopping us and asking us if we want to sell it. I said, no, it's not for sale. Yeah.
No.
But it's inspiring. I liked it when the students worked on it. They were all gung ho. Sometimes I'll take on projects and some of the students are not. Well, I got something else to do, and they kind of abandon the project. Then I have to finish because we committed it
Right.
to the project.
Yeah.
So once you commit yourself, then I have to finish it. Then I'm always hesitant taking on another project. See.
Yeah.
But when I mentioned that to the two students, Darian and Macaulay, they went full steam ahead,
Right.
no regrets, nothing at all.
Right.
They had free time, can work on it, and they'd stop the welding stuff. Bob, can we spend time on that? No problem. As long as they didn't interfere with the program, I said, I don't mind. And they put in extra time at the same time, which helped a lot. Yep.
Well, you can tell by the outcome here that it was done with
Yeah.
intentional design and
Oh,
some
God, yeah.
really good hearts behind this. And someone, you were sharing that one of the students was inspired by the story of Arch already.
Yes, yeah. His name was Terry Lacoste. His dad had cancer, and then unfortunately he passed away at the Arch. And when he saw what we did on a smaller scale, which took us about an hour and a half to do. This one over here, okay? He kind of figured, so he inspired us at the same time. So, like I said, we talked about it, and we'll go from there. We also did one last year for some people approached us and brought a little pedal machine, like a little pedal bike. It was all broken up and all that. And he bought it, and he wanted to donate it to the Christmas cheer. But he brought it over and he said, well, we can't take it because it's damaged, eh? So anyway, he brought it over here and he said, well, can you weld this and can you do that? And I said, well, what's the sense of doing that? I said, they're gonna cost you quite a bit. He said, well, I wanna fix it and I wanna donate it. Well, who are you donating it to? I said, well, I'm donating it to the Christmas cheer. I'm sure a younger kid would probably. Okay, so then I talked to another one of my students, which has a good mechanical background. He says, Bob, I'll take it on as a project. And he put in 20 hours. 18, 20 hours, rebuilt the whole thing, painted it and everything. And then when we took it out, it looked almost like a brand new piece, eh?
Oh
So when
my
the
gosh.
customer came and picked it up, he couldn't believe how nice it was and it actually worked.
Mm-hmm.
We bought a chain for it, we bought this sprocket, we
Oh
put it all
my.
back together. And again, it was another project that one of us two said, hey, I want to do this. So which was nice.
Right.
Yeah, that's nice, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Bob, I really appreciate your time and sharing this beautiful project with us. And we would like to be there for the unveiling, if you are okay with that.
Yep, no, not a problem,
We'll
yeah.
be there for that. All right. Well, congratulations on this remarkable piece of art.
And you're from which?
Superior